And welcome back. As the candidates make their case to voters, we are getting some new polling today from a pair of critical swing states, Ohio and Florida. The latest NBC News Wall Street Journal Marist poll shows President Obama holding on to a 6-point lead among likely voters in the Buckeye State, 51 to 45%. Meanwhile, in Florida, an extremely tight race there, just 2 points separating the candidates, with the president ahead in the Sunshine State, 49 to 47%. So much of this race, of course, depends on these two states, Ohio and Florida. For some insight, I want to bring in our NBC News deputy political editor, Domenico Montanaro, who is with us on this Saturday afternoon. Let's start with Ohio, good friend. If Mitt Romney can't win in Ohio, what would his path to 270, what would his path to victory have to look like?
Well, it makes it very narrow for Mitt Romney, because if President Obama wins Ohio, now he's already at 261 electoral votes based on our battleground map. He only needs 9 more. So even if Mitt Romney were to get Florida and Virginia, now you see he's just stuck around 248. Even if he goes to Colorado, where he's favored, he's at 257. New Hampshire, where he owns a home, but the president probably a finger on the scale right now. Now we're at 261, 261, and we've been talking all along about the Midwest and the importance of Ohio, Wisconsin, and Iowa, and the necessity for Mitt Romney to win 2 of those 3. Look at that right there. You've got those 16 electoral votes between those 2. And if somehow Mitt Romney or Barack Obama were to pick up Wisconsin, boom, you've got President Obama at 271. And even if Mitt Romney were to get Iowa, he's only at 267. Craig, the importance of the industrial Midwest.
All right, you mentioned Florida there. Let's dig a little bit deeper into Florida as well. Again, based on that poll we just put up there, a neck-and-neck race. If President Obama, if he does not win Florida, what does that mean for his path to victory?
Well, of course, the president still can win, even if Mitt Romney were to win Florida and Virginia. And again, it all comes down to Ohio, because like we just laid out that last path, it becomes very difficult for the president to for Mitt Romney to win if he loses Florida. But with Florida, again, we've got the Ohio plus strategy, like I like to call it, because the president would have to win Ohio, and then he needs 1 more. He could get Colorado, he could get Wisconsin, and he's right over the top. And Wisconsin is the one right now that they're looking at, Craig.
For months, Domenico, conventional wisdom has held that President Obama winning Pennsylvania, that's been the theory. Romney campaign now says it believes it has a shot at winning that state. If Governor Romney pulls out a win in Pennsylvania, how does that shake up the electoral map?
Boy, that would really shake up the electoral map, because if Mitt Romney were to win Pennsylvania, now all of a sudden we've got ourselves a big state race and Mitt Romney opening up that pathway. The big problem for Mitt Romney has been Ohio this entire time. That auto bailout messaging, and right there is why we see Mitt Romney potentially needing something like Pennsylvania. But if he gets Pennsylvania, well, now it's a race for these other electoral votes. If Romney were to get Florida, you see he's at 255, and Virginia, 268, but he's still short. So he could pick up maybe the 4 electoral votes in New Hampshire, where we have a toss-up, but maybe a finger on the scale for the president. Maybe if Romney's able to pick up Colorado, then he's suddenly at 277. But President Obama, we have seen in recent days, maybe have a little bit of an edge in Virginia. And again, where are we looking? But right here, again, in the industrial Midwest with Wisconsin and Iowa, it's really a big key, because if we were to give Romney now Wisconsin, he's over the top at 274. Even if President Obama were to get Iowa, if the president were able to get Wisconsin, then now he's over the top. So you can see where we go. There's a lot of paths, but if Pennsylvania were picked up, it certainly changes things quite a bit, Craig.
Domenico Montanaro, I love the map, my friend. Always good to have you, especially good today, since at any moment, Domenico Montanaro is going to be a new father. So we especially appreciate you carving out some time for us. Good luck, my friend.
That's true. Thank you so much.